This is the newest addition to the OnePlus Bullets family. This is the OnePlus Bullet Z. They are the most competitively priced wireless earbuds OnePlus has ever released. It was the last thing that I expected, and it's an interesting move by OnePlus, where other brands are getting pricier with brand new cutting-edge features. OnePlus is placing these wireless Bullets Z at an almost impulse buy price. When these were announced, I had a lot of questions. One, with the low price, where is OnePlus cutting corners? Also, is there anything special or new about these? Sometimes OnePlus throws a unique idea out there that makes you think to yourself, how has no other company thought of this? But most of all, I wanted to know, how do these compare against AirPods and AirPods Pro, which I think at this point are pretty much the most beloved headphones out there, but at a much higher price. Hey guys, I'm Titus. Let's talk about the OnePlus Bullets Wireless Z. Before I move any further, I want to mention that I am a OnePlus brand ambassador, but I will do my best to put that aside and give you the goods when it comes to these headphones. I'll just say it right now, these aren't my favorite headphones. They're good, but they're not my favorite. If you're new to OnePlus, they're all about providing a truly premium product at a lower cost than the premium brands out there. In this case, it's a fraction of the cost if you compare them to Beats or Bose or AirPods or whatever, with them sitting at just $50. I have a lot to say about that, but we'll get to that in a bit. Part of that premium experience is the unboxing experience, and OnePlus always does a great job here. In the box, you get 3 size options for the silicone ear tips, some documentation, a charging cable, and the headphones themselves. And that means no power brick for plugging them into the wall and charging them that way. But it looks like a trend in the industry. I even heard the next iPhone isn't going to include a charger, but in any case, you probably have one of these lying around somewhere. Also notably, no carrying case is included, unlike the previous Bullets that were released, which had this red magnetic case. Not a big deal in my opinion. They were kind of hard to get them into this case anyway, so I never really used it. They are a nearly solid black, and that is the only available color, by the way. They definitely look a lot like the previous Bullets too, but with some slight tweaks. The 2s had a rubber ring, which when you put the 2 buds together magnetically, it had a nice thump to it. I really like that. Now it's just metal on the sides and that nice thump is gone, so it kind of feels like a slight corner cut there. I mean, it feels like a tiny corner cut there, not a big deal. But if you look at the overall design between the OnePlus 2s and the OnePlus Zs, you really can't tell all that much difference. I mean, the neck is basically identical. Every other aspect of it is basically the same. It's just these tips here that are a little different, which is surprising because the Zs actually have up to 20 hours of battery life, which is several hours more than the original 2s. And in my testing, that actually seems about right, which is pretty good battery life. That's pretty good. If you're an Android user and you've ever seen someone connect their AirPods to their iPhone, you'll be happy to know that OnePlus has a similar integration. You just turn the earbuds on, and if you're rocking a OnePlus phone, you'll see a familiar looking pop-up to connect your OnePlus Bullets. I know it's a little touch, but I love these little touches. It's just so much better than digging through the settings to find the Bluetooth menu and go to add a device and blah, blah, blah. I hate all that stuff. This is much better. And I like the sound quality on these as well. It's a nice balanced sound. It's not too much bass. It's just a balance of quality, high fidelity sound. I hate when earbuds just crank the bass and the EQ to give you the illusion of powerful sound. For me, I just like it not too much bass, not too much highs or treble. I like it just right. When taking calls, the audio quality is good. I can hear them well, and they can hear me well too. And the comfort is pretty good here too. They're using a seashell design, at least I think that's what they called it on the Bullets 2. And because each bud isn't completely wireless, they are really light in your ears as well. They just slide right in, and it's plenty comfortable. They do sometimes slip out when I'm being active, so I had to up them to the largest tips that they give you, and that certainly helps them keep in much better. I will mention the first Bullets had a rubber tip that would securely wedge them into your ears, and if I'm being completely honest, I do sort of miss that. And if you're curious, they sound and feel exactly the same to my ears as the Bullets 2, which is nice since these are literally half the price. But how do they compare to AirPods, you say? Well, I have both the AirPods 2 and the AirPods Pro, which the AirPods Pro are my favorite earbuds, by the way, even on Android. If you missed that, the video is right there. In terms of sound, I prefer the Bullet Z to the regular AirPods 2. It is close though. And compared to the AirPods Pro, well, These are my favorite for a reason. The sound is just a touch nicer on the Pros. It might just be because that the noise reduction on these is just kind of unreal. And with the entire world around you suppressed, you literally just hear your music. So good. And when it comes to comfort, my favorite out of the three are in this order: AirPods Pro, then AirPods, then the Bullets Z. But it's really close, and there's not really a clear front runner here. I could totally see you using each of these and deciding you like them in reverse order to me. OnePlus does have some tricks up their sleeves that make these interesting though. For one, these have fast charging, which is kind of a no-brainer feature for earbuds. It's really frustrating to go to work out, but I work out sometimes. I've only gained like 20 pounds since the last video I made. Anyway, it's really frustrating to pop them in, and when you're ready to go, you turn them on and they can't turn on because the battery's dead. Fast charging on these is amazing. OnePlus advertises 10 hours of battery life in just 10 minutes. So that is all day battery life in just 10 minutes. Now that's pretty cool, but what's even better is I can get 1 hour of charge in just 1 minute. That's like, I plug them in, make my protein shake, and by that time I have an hour at least or more of charge. That's great. Also brand new to the OnePlus Zs is a low latency mode for games. This reduces the delay in which you will hear your games in your Bluetooth headphones to about 110 milliseconds, which doesn't sound great on paper, but from what I understand, for Bluetooth devices, that's actually pretty darn good. I downloaded an app from the Play Store called Audio Tester, and for reference, the AirPods Pro had 200 milliseconds of delay compared to the about 100 milliseconds or so I got in the Zs. I'll leave it up to you if that's a huge big deal feature. For me, I don't really game too much with Bluetooth headphones in, but it's nice to know that if I ever do pick up Call of Duty, I'll get that fraction of a second heads up. I will note that you have to set your phone to the Technica mode for this to work properly, and OnePlus says that the 6T and above should work with this feature as of June, and the OnePlus 6 will get that feature in August. Another great feature is easily switching between two devices. You can connect up to two different devices to your OnePlus Zs, and it allows you to double tap this button right here, and that will switch between the two of them. Now that is a really handy feature, especially if you use a laptop or tablet a lot alongside of your cell phone. And just like the easy switching feature, this one is making a comeback as well. To turn on the Bluetooth headphones, simply disconnect the two buds that are magnetically attached, and to turn them off, just simply reattach them together. Now I really love this feature. I just love the simplicity, but there is one downside. If you store them in your bag, it is really easy for the two buds to disconnect from each other and then turn on and connect to your phone. And that's really frustrating because it can kill the battery life of the earbuds, number one, and number two, it can do weird things to your phone, like you'll go to watch a video and you don't hear any audio and you're not sure why, and it's like, oh, it thinks I'm trying to connect to my earphone. Oh, come on. It's my favorite time, it's conclusion time. And if I'm being honest, I really wish OnePlus added the noise cancellation like AirPods Pro have to these. I understand that would have made these cost more, perhaps even a lot more, but that's just a feature I don't want to live without when I use my headphones anymore. When I bought the AirPods Pro forever ago, I thought to myself, I'll buy them and then I will sell them. As you can see, I have not sold them, because I like them. Being able to block out your surroundings and just listen to what you're listening to is just a really great experience when you get to experience it for yourself. If you haven't tried it, I definitely encourage it. But OnePlus with the Zs went more consumer and wallet friendly, and who can blame them for that? These are excellent quality earbuds at a no-brainer price, but if you already have the OnePlus Bullets 2, I don't really see too much of a reason to upgrade. Just as I was getting ready to post this video, I happened to notice there are more and more reports coming out that OnePlus is working on their own alternatives to AirPods. They look a whole lot like AirPods, at least if you believe the reports that you're seeing, but hopefully they'll have some interesting OnePlus goodies inside, some features that maybe I haven't seen before. I'm really excited to check them out, and if you want to see my take on them when they are released, assuming they're released in America, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss that video. If you're a regular around here, you might have noticed that I haven't made any content in a while, and it's good to be back. A lot has happened in the last 6 months, a lot of stuff going on in the world, but something really exciting for my wife and I, and that I want to share with you guys right now, is my wife and I have had our very first baby, and it's been an incredible experience. It's been a whirlwind, but it's also required a lot of our attention, which is one of the reasons why I haven't posted too much lately. But what I want to do is I want to catch up with you guys. I want to have a live stream this Friday at 8 p.m. That'll be July 17th, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I hope you guys can join. I want to talk, answer questions. I want to talk tech. I'm sure there'll be some kind of tech news we can talk about. But I also want to introduce you to our baby. It's an awesome baby. I might be a little biased, but it's the cutest, awesomest baby in the whole world. There hasn't been a better one ever. I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's just how it is. Get over it. I'm kidding. But anyway, I want to introduce the baby to you guys. You might be noticing I'm not saying the gender. And if you want to know the gender, you can join the live stream this Friday, and you'll get to actually not only know the gender, but you'll get to meet the baby yourself. Or if you want to know the gender right now, you can click that video right here. I think we got a code brown. This was a video that I made several months ago, and it's on a separate channel, but basically it's called the Amazing Baby Race. It's basically a race my wife and I did that a friend of ours set up, where we just basically kind of reminisced on some of our past, went to where we had our wedding, went to all these different places, but in the end we find out what the gender of our child is for the very first time. You can find out and see what it was like when we found out about it as well. If you want to know that right now, you can click that, or I'll see you in the live stream. Thanks again for watching, and I guess I will see you next time, and hopefully this Friday.